I just want to say thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been offering on the channel. It really does mean a lot to me to know that you guys are supporting the channel the way that y'all are, so keep it up. But regardless of that, we are going to be ranking, in this video today, we're going to be ranking the top 10 Call of Duty games of the decade, in my opinion. Alright, like I just said, this is my opinion. Alright, I know that there's no definitive way to rank anything unless it's, you know, heavily backed by statistics and all that other good stuff. But for now, I'm ranking it based off of my personal opinion, you know, based off of several factors like nostalgia, the way the games performed, the way they played, the sales, microtransactions, stuff like that, right? So, we have honorable mention, we have one honorable mention for this video, right? And that's going to be Infinite Warfare. Alright, now, I know a lot of you guys are like, where's World at War? Where's World at War? Well, World at War came out in 2008. Alright, so it didn't quite make the decade's list, but Infinite Warfare did. Now, Infinite Warfare is widely regarded as the worst Call of Duty game of all time, alright? And for good reason. People just didn't like the jetpacky, futuristic setting, the campaign. Some people think the campaign was actually really good. I never played the campaign, so I really can't tell you. But regardless of that, you know, I never played the campaign, so it might have been. We got two people watching the video. What's up? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I hope y'all guys can, because I might have to unplug the mic or whatever else and plug it back up. But let me know if you guys can hear me. But we got Cousin John in the chat with Modern Warfare 3 is the best. Don't worry, it'll be in this list, but it's not at my top 1. It's not in my top
Darkness descends.
well, it's not even in my top 3. It's in my top 5 though. But I'm speaking too much. Alright, cool, we can hear. Alright. But yeah, Infinite Warfare made the honorable mentions list just because it's in the decade, alright? Starting off with number 10, alright, we got Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, I know a lot of you guys actually like Modern Warfare Remastered, but personally me, they changed so much fundamental stuff with the game, not just from, you know, a weapon standpoint, but just from an overall gameplay perspective, right? Excuse me. Dang. Alright, so yeah, they changed a lot of stuff, you know, from a gameplay perspective and from, you know, just the way that the overall game just played, right? You know, they introduced the salvage points and the salvage credits and all of that other good stuff. It was a good way to earn content because you could, you know, sell, I guess, salvage credits for content that you wanted, which was cool, alright? But for me, since I didn't have a lot of playtime on it, it ranks in at my number 10 spot. Cousin John says he knows my number 1, but with the hush some mouth emoji. Alright, we'll see. In at the number 9 spot, we have Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare was the first jetpack futuristic Call of Duty game we had seen, right? Black Ops 2 brought us a little bit into the future, but not to the point to where all of our characters were flying around, right? Advanced Warfare at the time was reviewed as the worst Call of Duty game of all time. People didn't like the jetpackiness. People didn't like the futuristic weaponry. You know, we had, you know, jetpacks. We had the whole laser beam weapon, the EM1 or whatever it was called. And, yeah, it was just a lot of futuristic weapons. People didn't like it. People at the longest amount of time were saying, oh, we're tired of boots on the ground, we need something different. And we got something different that year, alright. We got Advanced Warfare. But regardless of that, the campaign was really good. I honestly liked it. But it ranks in at the number 9 spot for me, alright. Moving in at the number 8 spot, we have the most infamous Call of Duty game of all time, Call of Duty Ghosts. Alright, Call of Duty Ghosts was the first game on the new or on the current gen consoles, the PS4, the Xbox One, and so on and so forth, right? At that point, when they were advertising the game, when they told us that, you know, it was going to feature next-gen graphics, at that time, it was the biggest thing ever, because we were so used to seeing, you know, games on the PS3 and on the Xbox One and everything like that. Or not the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, I'm sorry. But we were so used to seeing games on those two consoles that, you know, it was second nature to us, right? But then when they showed us how realistic the graphics looked, it was beautiful. But aside from that, they featured, you know, new mechanics, like the whole mounting mechanics, like where you can lean around corners, you can prop up your weapons and stuff like that. Freaking, you know, where you can leap over obstacles, like not like jump over them, but you can actually, I don't know what you call it, but like you put your weapon on your back and you just jump across and you're already gone. But yeah, they featured a lot of new mechanics that we've never seen in a Call of Duty game before. So with that being said, Call of Duty Ghosts featured a point system, featured weapons with integral attachments, like the Honey Badger had the suppressor integrated in it, so on and so forth, right? But regardless of that, Call of Duty Ghosts ranks in at my number 8 spot, alright? Moving into my number 7 spot. I might get a little bit of hate for this one, but in at my number 7 spot, I have Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty World War II, let's just face it, the game was trash at launch, right? Numerous crashes, but that's with every game. That's with every new Call of Duty game that comes out, and every game that comes out first, right? But Call of Duty World War II was the next installment in the World War II era, right? We were hoping to, you know, get that nostalgia that we got from World War, you know, Call of Duty World at War, and to some extent, we got it. We got it, right? But, you know, a lot of people just didn't like the game at launch. The divisions were weak. The kill streaks were weak. I mean, they still are weak, or whatever else. But after the 6-month cycle in the game, Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield were fired, I guess, and there was an overhaul to the game, right? So fundamentally, the divisions were changed, the kill streaks were buffed, they brought in new content and all that other good stuff, and it made the game that much more enjoyable. So, you know, other than the gameplay aspect of it, the campaign was really good. I honestly liked it. There were moments that were a little bit over the top in that game, but, you know, regardless of that, it was still a good game, and that's why it ranks in at the number 7 spot, alright? Moving into the number 6 spot, we have the game that you're seeing gameplay of right now, Black Ops 4, alright? Black Ops 4 was the first Call of Duty game to feature no campaign. At this point, you know, or up until the game's release, before the game's release, when they told us that there was going to be no campaign in this, I about lost my shit. I about lost my mind, because campaign is one of the first things personally that I hop into a Call of Duty game, right? I love the whole narrative behind the story of Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? I love the campaigns, because for the most part, you know, Infinity Ward and Treyarch Studios and all the game developers, Activision, which is the publisher, they do a really good job with the campaign modes, right? But for this year, we didn't have a campaign mode, right? This was the next installment of Specialists, right? But with this iteration, we could both use the weapon and the special equipment, right? So this was something a lot of people didn't like. They didn't like the fact that you could spam both lethals or tactical equipment and your specialist weapon at the same time. But, you know, it was a change that was different. And, you know, this was the first time, this was the first Call of Duty game to ever feature, or to, you know, to feature camos that changed, right? So, animated camos and, you know, all that stuff. It was the first time we've ever seen it. So, you know, with that being said, this ranks in at number 6, and you know, I like where it's at. I like where Black Ops 4 is, the current state of the game now. It's in a really good state, and for that reason, I'm putting it in at the number 6 spot. All right, so, but before we hop into number 5, my top 5. Like I said, this is all personal opinion. You guys may have different opinions, and that's cool. But really, the top 5 could have been interchanged. Could have been flip-flop, switch around, whatever. Alright? So, we're going to go on ahead and hop into this next gameplay. I think I got to go get some stuff out of the car. Got to help my mom with some stuff. So, I'm going to go on ahead, get that taken care of, and I'll be right back. God, man, your boy's throat is going right now, dude. Alright. Alright, so battery's full. I'm going in and take that off the battery. Alright. Going in and get this second gameplay started up. One of my favorite gameplays, you guys know, the 40 bomb that I dropped. Could have had a nuclear this gameplay, but I messed around and screwed up and tried to get phase nade shot on everybody. Tried to become, you know, optic scumpy and jump around the corner, hit a dude with the Tempest, and he just lasered me. But regardless of that, you guys have seen this gameplay multiple times because it's one of the better ones that I put up. But regardless of that, Cousin John thinks number 1 is Modern Warfare 3. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. So, going ahead and get this good old gameplay started up for you guys. Alright, where am I at? Cool. Alright, going ahead and fast forward to get it started. Alright, so, in at the number 5 spot, we have the last Black Ops game before this one, Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, for me, it really gave me a lot of nostalgia, alright, for several reasons. For one, it was the channel that got my Call of Duty channel started off, right? It was the Call of Duty that I started uploading, you know, videos on. It was the Call of Duty that made my channel what it is today, alright? Most people would argue, nah, it was 2K, nah, it was Black Ops 4, nah, it was, you know, whatever it was, right? But no, Black Ops 3 made my channel what it is today, and
going live.
Black Ops 4 gave me, or Black Ops 3 gave me some of the better times that I've had in Call of Duty, right? Yeah, it was a jetpack Call of Duty. Yeah, the microtransaction system was garbage. Yeah, we all know this, right? But fundamentally, I had so much fun with the game, and I still do. Like, if I can get a PS4 Pro, I'm most definitely gonna re-download Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 3 and just relive all the moments, you know what I'm saying? That I had on the game, right? Number 2, you know, they brought back the Zombies Chronicles, which was in Black Ops 1. You had Kino der Toten, you know, Verrückt, Shino Numa, Ascension, Moon, all those maps, right? You had all those maps in this Chronicles pack that released in Black Ops 3, and for me, growing up as a little kid, Black Ops 1 was one of the games that I played the most as a little kid, and it got my interest sparked in zombies. So when they brought back Chronicles, that was one of the things that kept me hooked to Black Ops 3 for so long, right? But Black Ops 3, it aged like fine wine, alright? Like, you can still go on that game, the connection's still good, it's still smooth, you don't really have too many hackers in the game, and for that reason, I mean, it's just still beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can still go on that game and drop 30 to 40 kills, no problem. Not just because I'm good or whatever, but, you know, the game is smooth, the weapons were smooth. We all know the Brecci is one of the most overpowered weapons in Call of Duty history. And if you guys want to see me do a top 10 weapons of the decade before I go to work, I can put a list together and throw it up, no problem, right? But yeah, I can most definitely do a top 10 weapons of the decade. You know, and put them in a list, but if that's something you guys want to see, let me know, or I can do it tonight before I go to work, or tonight when I get off work, but let me know. But regardless of that, Black Ops 3 was just one of those Call of Duty games that I had so much fun with. The campaign was trash, I'm not even gonna lie, it was very, very confusing, but the zombies and the multiplayer more than well made up for it, and I just had so much fun with Black Ops 3, man, it wasn't even funny. But regardless of that, Black Ops 3 ranks in at my number 5 spot. Moving into my number 4 spot. Cousin John's going to be disappointed, but it's Modern Warfare 3. It's Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 for me was one of those Call of Duty games that, like, if Black Ops, like, if PS3... or if PS4 was backwards compatible, Modern Warfare 3 would be one of those games that I would seek after. I would trade anything to get Modern Warfare 3, right? Modern Warfare 3 was one of the games that I wanted for the longest amount of time as a kid. Especially Christmas morning when I opened it up, and I opened up, you know, the PS3, and I got to play it on the PS3 for the first time. It was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful Christmas presents I've ever got. The campaign, one of the best campaigns I've ever played in Call of Duty history, right? Modern Warfare 3 was the last Modern Warfare we've seen up until, you know, this year with Modern Warfare's release. We were left on a cliffhanger for the longest amount of time. You know, with what was going to happen to Price, you know, Makarov was dead at that point, and we really didn't get any closure at the end of the game other than seeing, you know, Captain Price light up a cigar, and that was that. But campaign, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, right? Then we had the multiplayer. The multiplayer featured some of the best weapons in Call of Duty history: the MP7, the MP5. The M4, the AK, the SCAR, you know, the SCAR H, the SCAR L, you know, the PP90 M1, right? All of these weapons were iconic weapons in their own right. So, multiplayer mode, I mean, it was one of the best multiplayer games of all time, right? In the Call of Duty franchise. But, then you move on to the survival mode, then you had Spec Ops. Two of the best game modes. Like, if Modern Warfare this year would have, you know, been like that, Modern Warfare this year would have been a whole lot better of a game. But regardless of that, for me, Modern Warfare 3 ranks in at my number 4 spot, alright? Moving in at the top 3, alright? These can be interchanged for either one, but I kind of feel happy with my selection, alright? Number 3 has to be Modern Warfare 2, alright? Now, before y'all go out on a tangent, let me explain why it didn't rank in the top 2. One-man army noob tubes. The hackers, you know, after the game came out, they didn't fix one-man army noob tubes. They were going to fix them, but one of the developers who advocated for the fix was fired, and it never got fixed. And you can still go on Modern Warfare 2 to this day, and you have people spamming one-man army noob tubes all over the place, alright? But, aside from that, Modern Warfare 2 ranks as one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time, if not the greatest, right? The campaign mode was absolutely phenomenal. It blew my mind when I first played it. I played it over and over and over and over again, right? You know, one of the more iconic Call of Duty characters of all time died in that game. You know, Ghost. We lost many good people in that game, but regardless of that, General Shepard was the main antagonist, and he met his demise by Soap at the end of the game, alright? So,
grenade going out.
Yeah, I mean, Modern Warfare 2, one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time, alright? The multiplayer mode, absolutely beautiful. AK, M4, SCAR, UMP45, TAR-21, whatever weapon you wanted to put it out in that game, it was beautiful. So, Modern Warfare 3 ranks in at the number 3 spot. Moving in at the number 2 spot, we have Black Ops 2, right? Black Ops 2 was, Black Ops 1 ranks in at my number 2 spot because it was one of those games that featured a very likable cast, right? Woods, Bowman, Mason, you had Hudson, you know, you had Weaver, you had Dravchenko, Dragovich, you know, Steiner. All of these characters made this game what it was, right? The campaign mode, one of the best in Call of Duty history, in my humble opinion, right? The weaponry was iconic, but it wasn't the weaponry, it wasn't the weaponry or the characters that made that game iconic. It was the zombies. Let's just be real. After World at War, this was our first zombies experience that featured, you know, DLC maps and all of that other stuff, introduced a lot of new things, and it was the Call of Duty that got zombies on the map. Interesting story about zombies mode in Black Ops 1. It was actually a concept idea. It was never supposed to happen. They just wanted to see, you know, how much flack it would gain, and guess what? Black Ops Zombies is one of the most recognizable things in the world, like today. Very seldomly you will find somebody who doesn't know what Call of Duty Zombies is, and you know, but like I said, the Zombies mode is what made the Black Ops franchise great in its own right. And like I said, the weaponry, the AUG, you had the MP5, you had the AK-74U, the M16, the G11, one of the ugliest weapons in Call of Duty history. But Black Ops 1 will forever be one of the greatest Call of Duty games of the decade and of all time. So Black Ops 1 ranks in at the number 2 spot. And you guys know what was number 1. Black Ops 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Spartans and Spartanas, this game, overall, fundamentally, other than Transit, you know, the zombies experience of Transit, the game was fundamentally perfect. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Black Ops 2 is, in my opinion, the greatest Call of Duty game of all time. No doubt about it. For several reasons. The weapons, the campaign, the zombies experience, the connection, the maps. It was all beautiful, right? Starting off with the weapons, you had the AN-94, one of the greatest assault rifles of Call of Duty history. The SCAR H was still in the game. You had, you know, the MTAR. You had, you know, the MP7, the PDW 57, one of the most overpowered weapons in Call of Duty history before it was patched. There were so many things in that game. The MSMC, that, you know, so many weapons that just made it the best Call of Duty game of all time, right? And as of right now, I think that if there was a poll put out, Black Ops 2 would be one of the games that most people would want to see remastered for next year. Alright, but we all know that probably this is going to happen maybe within this decade right here coming up. But I don't think it's going to happen next year. I don't think Treyarch has the resources to remaster Black Ops 2. I mean, they can. You know what I'm saying? They can. You know, they can do it. But I don't think they're just going to go that route this coming up here. I don't think they're going to do that. But the map design, you had Raid, you had, what was it? Turbine, you had, Summit, I think was featured in that game, I want to say. But it wasn't called Summit, I don't think. You know, you had Yemen, you had all these great Call of Duty maps, and yeah, it was your traditional 3-lane map design, but let's just face it. We would take the traditional 3-lane map design over this garbage map design that Modern Warfare has this year, right? Right? Yes, we would all agree, alright? But, I mean, and then you had the campaign. Perfect. Had a branching storyline. You could choose to do different things with the storyline to get different endings. And the overall cast and characters of the game just made it that much more fun. Had the perfect balance of stealth missions, assault missions, had flashbacks, had a perfect resolution, a perfect climax, a perfect ending. Black Ops 2 is the most well-rounded Call of Duty game of all time. You can at me, you can box me, you can do whatever you want to. But in my personal opinion, Black Ops 2 ranks as the best Call of Duty game of all time. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed my list. Let me know what you guys' top 5, top 10 Call of Duty games of all time is in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If y'all did, don't forget to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. And as always, you guys, this year is about to end in a couple of days. It's been a phenomenal decade, you guys. So I just want to say thank you guys for all the support on the channel for the last 4 years. If you guys didn't see my 4-year anniversary vlog, y'all go check it out. It's on the channel. I just uploaded my top 5 players of the decade on 2K20, so y'all go check that out as well. It should be on the channel, but regardless of that, y'all know where to find Cousin John's channel at. Y'all go check it out. We got Cousin Cam, or no, Cousin Cam commented #1 is Modern Warfare 3. I thought that was Cousin John. My fault. But yeah, yeah, man, y'all drop a like on the video. I really would appreciate it. And we got some interesting stuff coming up for the year 2020, man. So yeah, stick around for that. I will, you know, I kind of want to keep grinding. I want to, but until I figure out the direction for the channel, I want to take a little bit of a break, you know, from YouTube just to figure it out. I want to get, you know, more equipment. I want to start actually editing my videos. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to take that hiatus or not. We got Cousin Kevin in the chat saying Black Ops 2 is the best, #1 forever. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got Cousin Kevin in the chat agreeing with your boy. But regardless of that, though, y'all like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Tell everybody about my channel, man. Get my channel spread out there. We've been at 181 subscribers for the longest amount of time. 200 subscribers is right around the corner, so help your boy get there. But regardless of that, I appreciate all the support on the channel. But until then, guys, y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.